There's something especially disturbing about being watched. Not by someone you know, not even by a stranger in passing, but by an unknown, unseen presence. That's exactly what happened to the Broadus family in 2014 when they bought what they thought would be their dream home in Westfield, New Jersey. 657 Boulevard. That was the address. A beautiful, sprawling house on a quiet suburban street. Derek and Maria Brothers had just purchased it for over $1 million. It was meant to be a fresh start, a place to raise their 3 young kids in peace. But soon after the papers were signed, things took a sinister turn. It started with a letter. No return address, no name, just an envelope sitting in the mailbox. It was addressed simply to the new owner. Inside was a typed message from someone who claimed to be the Watcher. They wrote, 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now. I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. Creepy? Of course. But at first, Derek brushed it off. Maybe some weird neighborhood prank. But then, more letters came, and they got darker. The Watcher spoke of the children, referring to them as young blood. They asked if the Broaduses had filled the house with what it craved. They mentioned specific things, like the family's minivan, the renovations being made to the house, and even the kids' nicknames. Details no outsider should have known. The tone of the letters shifted from eerie curiosity to possessive obsession. I'm pleased to know your names now, one letter said. The house is crying from all the pain it is going through. You have changed it and made it so fancy. It cries for the past and what used to be. Imagine receiving that. About the home you just bought. The place where your kids are meant to sleep. Derek and Maria were terrified. They stopped bringing their children to the house and began investigating. They installed security systems, hired private detectives, even reached out to former owners. But strangely, the previous residents said they too had received a similar letter, but just once, before they moved out. The Broaduses never even moved in. Weeks turned into months, and the letters kept coming. No fingerprints, no credible suspects. Even the FBI couldn't pin it down. The neighborhood wasn't much help either. Whispers and paranoia spread. Some residents even began suspecting the Broaduses themselves, thinking maybe it was all a hoax to back out of the sale or get a Netflix deal. But if it was a hoax, it came at a cost. A very real one. Financial, emotional, and psychological. Eventually, after years of trying to sell the house, the Broaduses found a buyer. At a loss. They had never lived a single day inside the home. And still, to this day, no one knows who the Watcher was. Was it a jealous neighbor? A former resident? A recluse obsessed with tradition? Or just someone playing a long, cruel game? The letters never came again after the house changed hands. The new owners, oddly enough, never reported anything unusual. No strange letters, no watchers, nothing. that silence is unsettling in itself. It's one of those rare stories where the mystery never got tied up. There was no twist, no villain unmasked, just a family, a house, and an invisible presence claiming ownership of their lives from the shadows. Sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones that never end.